We've come a long way from when Bitcoin was at 61K and we were planning on opening these Bitcoin long positions. It's been a long time since then because now, ladies and gentlemen, the price of Bitcoin is $92,000, 92,200 to be exact. And the same bull flag which we talked about over 1 month ago has broken out perfectly. Like look at that, perfect breakout, the Trump effect. You have the retest and boom, you've exploded. And the question that everybody's asking currently is if they should sell their Bitcoin because the prices went up so much. Is this the top of the bull market? And in this video, I'm going to tell you that no, that is most likely not what you should be doing. And I know in previous videos, I said that my top prediction for this cycle is 92 to 95K, but I immediately changed that, if you realized, to 150 to now $210,000. I think that's my expectation. But it was at one point 95K, and that's exactly where we are sitting while we look at the charts. And if you look at it from a more conservative and a more sensible approach, I think if you have any Bitcoin long positions currently open, now is a good time to take maybe 15% off of your longs as profits and put it back into Ethereum, because in every cycle after Bitcoin rallies, you have a funnel into Ethereum and then major cap altcoins run. So things like Polkadot, for example, that will run after Ethereum starts outperforming Bitcoin on a daily basis. So Polkadot is .USD. And yeah, that's seen nothing, right? Comparatively speaking about, if you talk about Bitcoin, then Bitcoin has outperformed a huge altcoin like Polkadot. When you start seeing Ethereum having 10% price appreciation in the past 24 hours, while Bitcoin has 1% price appreciation, you know that the cycle is switched into altcoin season. But that's not happened yet. So what you could do is you can front run this and take 15% from your long positions and put it into Ethereum. And that's going to generate you a lot of money, more so than the 15% you would have left in your long position, if what I'm saying makes sense. Because I've just done that. So I had a few pretty large positions open that I converted. I took 10 to 15%, nothing huge, and I put it into Ethereum. And that's what I'm going to be riding for 2 months. And then I will funnel that eventually into other major cap altcoins like XRP, like Shiba Inu, which is super undervalued. And eventually like Ton maybe not so much, but Litecoin, Litecoin is not the best crypto, but I think it will still do well because it's Litecoin. Polkadot is fantastic. Solana, VeChain, Immutable X, Optimism, Phantom. All of these I will start buying after 2 months. But for the time being, I have Bitcoin, derivatives Bitcoin positions. I added from my Bitcoin trades to my Ethereum spot holding. So now I'm like in a balance of 55% Bitcoin to 45 to like 35% Ethereum and 10%-ish major cap and micro cap altcoins. I can't tell you the exact percentage because I don't know, but it's somewhere between there, right? So Bitcoin 92K, if you're asking if Bitcoin will top anytime soon, then the answer to that is absolutely no, because the way that we measure tops for Bitcoin is with one very secret indicator, which nobody in this planet talks about, and that's the Pi cycle top indicator. It's based purely off of mathematics, just like every single indicator. But this one, for some reason, it predicts the top for Bitcoin in every cycle perfectly. If you go back to 2013, it predicted these two tops, right? Then you go to 2017, it predicted this one. And even in 2021, it predicted the first top, which wasn't too much lower than the actual top at 69. So I think it did a pretty good job. And the way that it does predict these tops, and it does give you this flash signal of warning, is when the red line crosses into the green line. And what you'll notice is that this red line is so far away from the green line in very simple terms. You don't have to overcomplicate your trading. Bitcoin is a pretty simple thing, actually. You buy when you cross the all-time high and you just wait. So these two lines are very far away and very far apart, meaning that Bitcoin has still so much more higher to go before we do establish a top. And I think that will be between $180,000 to $200,000. So if you've not bought Bitcoin yet, you're not late. You're not late to the party, you're early to the party. Nobody's gonna understand what hits them as soon as Bitcoin reaches the 6-figure level. Like when you go to Bloomberg.com, which we can do right now, the main page of Bloomberg isn't even talking about Bitcoin, or maybe it is. So let's go to the US edition and we can check if Bitcoin is mentioned. No, it's not even there, right? So when Bitcoin hits 100K, it's going to be the number one thing that people across social media, across Bloomberg and the traditional forms of, mainstream TradFi media, every single one of them will talk about Bitcoin and Bitcoin specifically. And we're going to reach 100K most likely either by the end of this week or going into next week. I don't think Bitcoin will stop and hover around too much. It's probably going to continue the parabolic rally that it's seeing because the parabolas, and we can even put the parabola on this chart too. You can see that Bitcoin is also in a parabola that we discussed again many, many times. I don't want to repeat myself. If you've been watching the videos for a long enough period of time, then you know all of these things. But if you're new, then make sure to destroy the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell because you don't want to miss any of these updates during the bull market because you will face a lot of opportunities. Maybe you missed this one, but I'm telling you, there will be other chances for you to buy Bitcoin and make money from crypto. So turn on the notification bell and make sure that your notifications are on all so that you get all of them recommended to you. That's what you have to do if you want to make the most money from this bull market. But in a Bitcoin parabola or any parabola, you have 1, 2, 3, and 4 bases before you have your final rally. So if we go to parabola technical analysis, you will see that parabolic structures in charts have up to 4 bases, and then you have your final rally to the upside. And what we can see here is either that we have 4 bases, if you count this one, and the rally that we're seeing is the final rally in the bull market, which could take us to, it could take us even all the way to 200K, but it's less likely. Or we discount the smaller base here. And I think it's okay to do that so that Bitcoin will actually have, it will rip between base 3 and base 4, which is the highest amount of percentage increase that you do end up seeing in a parabola. Look, at the end point of base 3, indicated by X symbol, the stock could double in the shortest period of time. So essentially between here and 130K, we can even say 130K in the next 2-3 weeks or so. And that would mean that this is not a base, and we've had 3 bases so far, which at that point you would have another consolidation period, and then you would rip to 200K. In simple terms, Bitcoin is going a lot higher than where it's sitting, meaning if you want to open Bitcoin long positions or Ethereum long positions, especially Ethereum, you're not too late. And I would definitely encourage you to check out the links in the description down below to prepare yourself. Even if it's $100 that you're depositing, just try and understand how an exchange works, how you can trade crypto, how does a long position work. You can even watch the second video in the description as well, the second link, not on this one particularly, but on the latest video, this one now, there will be a video which will teach you how to use a cryptocurrency exchange. What you can literally do is you can go to Bitflex and just put in $100 3x leverage long position and see what it feels like to make profit from Bitcoin. Your liquidation price will be so low, so even if Bitcoin corrects a little, because it has a very high probability of going further up, you will eventually be in profit if you wait long enough. So that's Bitcoin. My conclusion is that if you're considering to sell Bitcoin, or if you think that this is the top for Bitcoin, you're very wrong and you're going to lose a lot of money because it's definitely not the case. Even if you look at the RSI, which is the relative strength index that discovers if a market is overbought or if it's oversold, we're just crossing into the overbought region. It's nowhere near the extreme overbought levels that we experienced a few months ago. And if you look at 2020, this parabolic cycle, when you were just crossing into the overbought region, Bitcoin was still at $11,000, $12,000, and you had the top when RSI came to 95, which we're so far away from still. Overall, Bitcoin hasn't topped out yet. We're going to go to 135 and beyond, in my opinion. This is the bull flag breakout point, which gives you 195K. And I think that scenario is the most likely one. So yeah, there's just so many bullish indicators. They're playing exactly as predicted. And I just can't wait to see what happens in this bull market and how much money we end up making. Because if you basically long everything that you see here in the next 2-3 months or so, you're going to be in a lot of profit. But with that said, guys and girls, I don't want to take too much of your time. And you can notice that I don't feel as excited as I was before, because it's just so obvious. We predicted that this would happen, and now it's happening. So there's nothing too much to stress about other than enjoying the bull market and taking it as it comes. But guys, thanks so much for watching. Have a great day, and as always, stay tuned for the next video, and I'll see you all on the next one very soon. Take care, and bye-bye.